Salve a tutti ragazzi, Lucky speaking, welcome back to another video. And no guys, you are not hallucinating, you are seeing that right. We got a new KH4 let's go, yeah! And so, like, I didn't expect that we were actually gonna get anything about KH4 soon. Especially the way it came out, freaking Nintendo Direct, are you kidding me? God damn it, I watched that fully. Anyway, enough about that, I'm so excited. Especially considering it's been 4 years. 4 fucking years since the last KH4 trailer came out. 4 years since I made this analysis trailer video. 4 fucking years! The same number this game has. And finally, after such a long time, we finally got a new trailer. And I'm actually not gonna make a new analysis trailer video. One, because I wanna keep my channel fresh and original. I don't wanna make the same content over and over again. And two, because I'm already too late, probably. Like, already once I made a KH4 analysis video, trailer analysis video, so yeah, I probably would regurgitating the same stuff everyone has already told you. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that. What instead I'm gonna do is gonna focus on particular aspect that I don't wanna say it has been overlooked on this trailer, but kinda not discussed as much as I believed it would have. And that is... Keyblade! I knew it! I so fucking knew it that we were gonna get Xehanort Tony King of Us 4. Like, it was so fucking predictable. Xehanort basically is the second for each other, so I knew we were gonna get rid of him anytime. So I knew it, like, I freaking predicted that. Like, look at that, guys. Look at that. Keyblade! Oh my god, but how? And most importantly, why is he in there in the first place? Let's try to dive deep into that, shall we? Now, if you guys remember, after defeating Xehanort in KH3, he actually said something about going back in the past and living his whole life, which is what causes the events which led him to become Master Xehanort, and actually what causes the events of KH3 trilogy to unfold in the first place, so yeah. And the fact that that didn't happen is actually kind of curious, not gonna lie. It could be because he, just like Sora, abused the Power Awakening, because the Power Awakening isn't meant to be used in order to travel through worlds, like, and chase us around like Kimiki said. Like, it isn't meant to jump from another in the past to another in the future, like Sora did in order to rescue Kari, and young Xeno did in order to reach the older version himself, so that he could fight the 7 Guardian of Lights with the 12 version of himself together, so yeah. And the fact that he's here, it means that he also paid the price of abusing the Power Awakening. It's probably the reason why he's here in Quadratum as well. Which is kind of weird because we saw Master Xehanort at the end of KH3 dying and going to probably the final war to get the Master Era Squeeze, Master Heracles, which means probably they are good and done. They probably died and then up to the Keyblade Paradise or whatever that is. So if that is the case, then what is this version? It is actually the young Xehanort, because Master Xehanort at the end of KH3 end up dying, end up going to the final war together with Master Heracles. But young Xehanort might actually end up here instead, which actually causes a big question, like a paradox, because young Xehanort is supposed to actually go back to the past and live in the life that actually his future self actually did, so he could actually become the Master Xehanort to actually cause the chain of events to happen in the first place, which means Master Xehanort possessing the Terra's body, which ended up creating Ansem and Xemnas, the same Ansem that told young Xehanort. What, I'm getting so confused right now. But you know what is the best part of all this is that where is she? Strelitzia. Oh my, Strelitzia is gonna is gonna call out because guys, what it was the pick. If you guys watch my previous catch theory, I explained there that basically it's the Lisa's blade from the breakdown that was obsessed over the player's avatar. And if you actually played the Unon Cross or watched the cutscene on YouTube and watched the end, you know that he's actually Xehanort as well. Keyblade. And the fact that also predicting, and the fact that actually back then when I played Unon Cross actually predicted that the player will end up becoming Xehanort because actually end up making him look like a young Xehanort. Oh my god, that's okay. Anyway, the fact is that Stelizia actually is kind of obsessed with the player's avatar, and Xehanort is basically the kind of the version of that avatar because every other Keyblade with the back down, which end up dying there, once fused with the cherry, end up becoming the 3 meters we see in Dream of Distance, except for our own player, for our avatar, because that ended up being reincarnated as Xehanort. So imagine, I wanna see the reaction. I'm really curious to see Striza interact with Xehanort. That would be so fucking cool. Imagine if we actually end up figuring out that Xehanort is actually the same guy she obsessed over a long time ago when she's still alive. The guy that she actually wanted to be noticed from. Oh my god, that would be such a scene, guys. Such a scene. Especially considering that guy is also us, because that is the player's avatar, which should end up being Xehanort, which means I'm also Xehanort! Okay. Keyblade! Another theory is that this is actually Master Xehanort after he died at the end of KH4, but he's still going to the final world like Heracross did. He actually ended up being Reinquadratum because again, the world above nature divided by using Paraworld like into time, which actually makes sense considering we see both him and Heracross returning to the younger version themselves after they die, before disappearing into the final world. So that may make sense. So yeah. Now we know how. The final question to answer is why? Why Xehanort is here specifically to help Sora? Now I have a crazy theory for that. Is that depends also to a guy to actually give him some insight, which I'm gonna show you later. Is that Xehanort want to actually be a mentor to Sora? Actually to help Sora in order to fight off the Master of Masters. Because if you remember at the end of the and KH4, after Heracross and Xehanort finished the chess game, Heracross proposed a new chess game, one which has 7 pieces of darkness. 7, so yeah. And it doesn't explain then what happens after. We are kinda left to catch some strays. But I feel like the 7 pieces of darkness might end up being those who fight against the Master of Masters, because if you play Unon Cross, you know that he wants to eradicate the darkness completely. Hence why he made the Keyblade War at the first place. He sacrificed a little freaking children's right just to end hypothetical darkness, like freaking ethereal things being made out of nothing. He made shouldn't kill himself just to kill these basically ghosts, so yeah. Hello guys, Rookie here. I just want to make a quick precision, because I was actually wrong about the 7 pieces of darkness being Xehanort and his possible allies. Instead, these are the Master Masters and the Fortune Tellers. As you can see from the chess pieces, that clearly represent the 5 Fortune Tellers. If you add the 2 remaining left, which are probably Lutz, the Master Master, yeah, the 7 black pieces are actually Sora future antagonists, which are the Fortune Tellers and the Master Master alongside with Lutz. So yeah, Xehanort probably is gonna lie Sora fighting with in order to fight them. So yeah, I just want to make a quick precision. Yeah. Anyway, back to the past self. And Zen actually wants to contrast that because he probably is angry that he actually made the Master made a fool out of himself, like the Master used him, and so he actually wants to get back of him. Also because if you think what Zen said after he was defeated by Sora, that he actually wanted to control darkness and not to just infected with the dark. Probably also because he doesn't want light to prevail, as to completely prevail, because he wants the world to be balanced between light and darkness. Something which is completely the opposite of what the Master actually wants, because he actually wants light to prevail. In all things considered, he wants light to be the only factor in when it comes to the presence. These worlds, naturally creating these worlds, etc, etc, etc. And that is why it's might be plotting something in Master of Master in which requires Sora's help. I thank Landy Lodge, for the heads up, because he's actually one that has up young Xehanort might try to become a mentor for Sora in order to secure his help against the Master of Master, because he's definitely plotting something, especially considering how close has been following both him and Sora as well. So yeah. So my theory is that about why Young Xehanort is actually helping Sora is that he wants to recruit Sora and other key wielders in order to contrast the Master plan to actually stop him from completely creating darkness, goofy in the worlds behind us light, because light everything it says can be dangerous. Not only for darkness, but just light as well. Xehanort was a balance between the two things. In fact, he's a master of both light and dark, as compared to what people believe. That's the reason why he's able to use the Keyblade so well. So he probably wants to do that, wants to teach Sora how to control his own darkness, and to recruit him in order to actually, an effort to actually stop the Master of Master's plan, which is completely darkness. Ended up being sort of like playing in a illusion made of light, kind of like for example Mariuki's ward in Persona 5 Royal. Yeah, you get the gist. Or even the Gates of Paradise in Wuthering Waves, stuff like that. Yeah, Xehanort to probably wants to stop what a mass illusion the master wants to create. So at least that's what I believe. So yeah. Anyway, I'll end this video here. If you guys enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe to miss any future KH theory or content I make. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, take care. Ciao!